So overall, my students do feel more comfortable with it, and they do ask for, oh, okay, where's the link? Because they want to get started, they enjoy it. And it doesn't always have to be, just regular work. It could be like little fun activities here and there also. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna make sure that you have a teacher account. So let me go ahead and give you the link for that. Hold on, let me go ahead and go to it first. So whenever you have, I usually have two accounts. I have a teacher account and I have a student account. So sometimes you need the student account in case you're trying to see it through their eyes. But the teacher account is basically where you get to create and also get to copy, assign work and everything else. So if you can go ahead and go to your teacher Desmos account, you're gonna go, if you haven't created one, you go to create account. I use my Google sign-in because at LAUSD, we're so used to using that Google sign-in. So that way we'll always have, that password, and everything that you do does get saved. So you don't have to go back and forth and look for different things. So if you can go ahead, let me go ahead and give you like a minute to make sure that you click on it and create a Google account. We'll create a teacher account. And that takes you like a minute. It's not, overall, that part's not too bad.
And should we go ahead now and create a student account as well?
We can wait on the student account. The student account kind of happens automatically when they give you like a link. So you don't have to really worry about it. Do a teacher account.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I will use the LAUSD single sign-on just because you always have access to it and it's the same and all of our stuff is already there. So the Google sign-in, you could do that as your account. You don't have to, but I recommend it. It's easier for me. If not, we'll have like so many passwords. Okay. So let me share my screen now so I can show you. Hold on. Okay, mine's is gonna look almost the same as yours, just that I have a few more things. What I want you to do, does everyone have an account now? If not, we can wait.
Yeah, give me a second.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Oh, man, it's confusing. Okay, looks like I have an account already.
Okay. And it could be the case because we've done it before, so maybe you do have an account. So is your name there now and it looks like this?
Yeah, my name's there. And
okay. As long as you remember that password, you'll be fine.
Right.
So what I want you to see now under your name, there's this thing called Desmos Labs. I want you to click on it. So let me do it again. Under your name, you see that arrow? Go to Desmos Lab. Now, when you click on it, I want you to click on Student Image Upload. This allows students to actually upload images. It could be a picture they took of their assignment. It could be that you created something when you wanted them to look up a picture and it could go there. It just allows them that access that within the questions, they can upload a picture. And it does help when you want them to, like maybe at the end, you want them to, okay, give me your notes. Okay, how did you work this problem out? So it does have a student image upload, but if it's not clicked, they won't be able to do it.
Can you see where we find that again, please?
Oh, of course. So where your name is at right here, I don't know if you can see it.
Yes.
If you click on this arrow down,
Yes.
it's in Desmos Lab. You click on that, and then you'll see all this right here. So the feature that I want you to enable is a student image upload. They do have a geometry and a marble slide, but I haven't really played with those, so I don't know what those are for. But student image upload, that one you should. You should do that one. Does everyone have that part? Okay. Let me know in the chat if you need more time. So again, where your name is at, you go ahead and you press the arrow and you go under Desmos Labs, and then you click, make sure that it's the check mark is by student image upload. And again, this allows your students within your questions to upload a picture, and it could be a picture of their work. All right.
I thought Desmos captured everything. if they're working on the assignment. I mean, I'm just,
It does, but you know what? This is to upload, if they're working on a piece of paper. Let's say they have a long equation and they don't want to write it all down on the computer. Or maybe you want them to do freehand something, they can upload it if they want. It's just an option.
thank you.
It's just good to have those options, and it depends really on what you want them to do, but yes. Okay. So for now we have this, and we're gonna use this account later. I just wanted to make sure that you actually have it created. So you have it now. You have your, want to make sure that you have your account. So we will be using this later. So, okay. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I do have an activity, but this time you're going to be more of, wait, hold on, my stuff kind of clicked away. You're gonna see it as a student, but at the same time, you're able to see my screen. So you'll be doing like the teacher sense of it, but it will be more like you being the student. So I'm gonna give you a link. And this is what you see as a student. It's not something, you know, like really like TCMS related, but it's something that you could do with all your students. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm going to, let's see, hold on. Let me share my screen because you might wanna see what I'm doing. So you do not have to do this. Just look at what I'm doing. It's not something you can do right now because you don't have this that I have. So whenever I want to look up an activity, the first thing I put is teacher Desmos. And it goes to my account, okay? Now, I know that I have an activity here. So the first thing we can also do is just, let's go ahead and set up a class. I'm gonna go ahead and go to manage class, and you will have steps for this. I'm going to add a new class.
You have to be in the lab, right?
Oh, you don't have to be in the lab. You can actually go back to, if you're here, you can always just click on Desmos and it'll take you back to the original.
Where is it?
Good
at?
question. So
Oh.
if you're here
Mhm.
and you're in the lab,
Yeah,
you could just click on Desmos and it'll take you back to the original screen.
okay.
Now,
Oh,
what
you
I
just
want to
showing
do,
us where
and
the lab was, right?
Hmm?
You're just showing us where the lab was. I didn't
yes.
do anything.
And also after you click the lab, you never have to look at it again. It was just for this one time.
Okay.
Just know that it's clicked on and then you can use it now. So now, if I go to Desmos, whenever you're stuck and you don't know where you're at, click on that Desmos and it'll take you back to the original page. So now I'm going to go to manage class because I'm gonna do an activity with you and I want you in one of my classes. So I'm gonna go to manage class and I'm going to add a new class. For any class that you wanna add, this is all you do. And let me show you again. So I'm gonna go back to the original. I'm gonna go to manage class. I wanna add a new class because I do not have you in my class. And you can put whatever you want. You can put period 1, period 2, whatever you wanna put in there. You just add the class and you do not have to put any names at all. It will do it for you when you give them the link. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it TCMS PD day 2 just because. So when you're doing your classes, all you gotta do is go to manage class and add it. That's all you do. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add the class. The class is there. And again, I wanna show you an activity. And as you can see, I used it before. These are all my classes. It tells you how many students are there, assigned activities, but you could be able to look at that later. Don't worry about this part yet. Later on, when you manage your classes, you'll see it and it won't be as confusing. It'll be okay. So again, I added my class. Where do I go? If you're lost, click on that Desmos. It takes you back to the original. Now, I have an activity for you, so you don't really have to, I'm just letting you look at this part through the teacher sense of it, but you will be a student in a minute. So this is what I do before I give an activity to my students. I go ahead and go to teacher Desmos. I go to customs because it's something I created or something that I have saved. And here are all my activities. The activity that I want to do today. Sorry, sometimes that happens. You go to a different activity. Let me go to customs. And I want to go ahead. I'm looking for my specific picture. I'm gonna go to this. So I'm gonna click on it because that's the activity that I want to do with you today. Now, if you notice, when you click on an activity, it has that green button and it's assigned. That's how you assign it. So I'm gonna go ahead and press assign. And when I assign it, I actually look for the class that I want to give it to. And I said it was gonna be this one, so I'm gonna click on it. Let me know if you want me to repeat myself. We're gonna go more into detail, but I'm just kind of like giving you like a little preview. So again, what I did, I went to customs, which is where all my links are at. I clicked on the one that I wanted. After that, I went to assign. And then I look for the class that I want, and you can do multiple classes. And then I'm going to assign it. So what happens here is that if your student's already in that class, and if they were to go to Desmos, they'll see the assignment already there. Most of my students, they prefer that I actually go here and click a student link. So I'm gonna copy this, and that's when most of my students are like, oh, can you give me the link? Because they don't wanna go to student Desmos, they're like, you just give me the link. So then what I do is I just, like I did right now, I go to my 3 dots and I go to student link, I copy it, and then I drop it in the chat. Okay. So all you do now, I'm gonna give you like a minute or two, because if you don't have a Desmos account, it probably has you register, but usually it registers you, it does it for you. So go ahead and just click on the link. And as you're doing that, it should increase my number of students in the class. Okay, so let me go back so you can see something. So when you're doing this, notice I have 12 out of 13 students right now on it. So now if I want to look at what they're doing, I go to view dashboard. Dashboard lets me see the activity. It lets me see how many students are logged in. So I'm gonna go to view dashboard. Now, this allows me to see, and usually when I'm doing this, I say, oh, thank you, Gabriel, for joining. Oh, thank you, Anna, Francis, Gustavo. Okay, I see you on here. Michael, Linda. Okay, Mary, good job. Thank you, Anna. So I start acknowledging the fact that my students went on it, but I'm also saying like, oh, I have 18 people on that, no, 19 people on the activity, but I have 27 students. Okay, guys, I need 10 more of you guys to log in. Click on that link. So I'm constantly like encouraging to click on it. And the beauty of it is, once you have your classroom set, and if they didn't click on it, it'll give you the names underneath. See how Otilia is the last one? Under Otilia, I might have, Beyonce, Bobby Brown, whoever I have down there, and it won't be dark. It'll let me know like, oh, this person didn't click on it. So I can say, oh, Beyonce, are you busy? Can you go ahead and click on the link? Like, it'll let you know, who's not on because their name will not be highlighted.
Carmen, so
Yes.
as I open my, custom, of course, I don't have anything in there because I haven't created anything.
Mhm.
But for TCMS class, Kate or Otilia has given us prefabricated Desmo lessons, right?
Mhm.
And it's in our Schoology, right?
Yes. So when you click on it and you copy it, it'll be in your customs.
Oh, I need to know how to do that. Learn how
Oh
to.
yeah, we're gonna show you. Don't worry. We have that covered.
Thank you.
And
Perfect.
don't worry about it because honestly, all you do is click it, make a copy. And if you don't want to touch it, you want it exactly how it is, you're good. That's it. You don't have to do anything. So only if you want to edit and move stuff around, but for the most part, all you have to do is click it, copy, and it's in your customs and you can assign it.
Okay. You'll show me all that. So, okay.
Yes. And don't worry, whatever you have a question with, we're here and we can help. So I want you to try that activity. One of the things that I want you to see is that I have the name of every person. But let's say that I want to share somebody. Oh, look, and if you can also have, I can have a teacher summary, which for every slide, screen, you can go ahead and look at the student work and see who wrote what. Okay. If you want to share the student's assignment, you can go ahead and, okay, let me click this picture. I just snapshot. So then I could go to my snapshots and show them, oh, you know what? Let's look at this. So-and-so wrote, and you can always acknowledge what they wrote. Also, let's say you have students who you might not want to give their name because they gave a wrong answer, or, they're kind of shy, or, right now you just don't want to give their name. You can just go ahead and go to this right here. anonymized, and it'll give them a different name. So you won't have their original name. You'll have, different names. And then that way you can show their answers, but you don't have to see who wrote it in case you want to highlight a wrong answer, or you want to highlight a student who might be a little bit too shy and you don't want to put them in that situation because, they do feel, you have a question, Anna?
Yes, I do. So when you're doing this, they are on their screens, but you're still doing the Zoom. And so are they able to see your screen, or you're not sharing screen?
I'm not sharing my screen. I'm sharing it with you because I want to make sure that you guys see the teacher view as I'm doing it,
Yeah.
and your student view. With them, I'm only sharing my screen if I want to highlight an answer. If I want to say, oh, you know what? Oh, let's see what so-and-so wrote. So that's the only time I share my screen. For the most part, students are looking at their own screen, and I'm looking at mine to monitor them. I will be looking at this like, oh, okay, I have 21 students. So there's 6 people in the Zoom right now who are not logged in. So I let them know that. Or I might see like, oh, okay, question number 1, I still have 10 people. Okay, why are they stuck? Let me go ahead. Okay, guys, do we have a question on number 1? I see a lot of you guys are stuck there. And then I see that I have my superstar student in number 7. Like, okay, Contreras already knows how much money she wants. So, so it lets you see where they're at. So look at the numbers. It's up to you. With this activity, I'm letting it be free space or free for all. I might tell them like, oh, you have 10 minutes to do this. You have 20 minutes to do this. But the teacher can control the screen. So I can go ahead and put like, oh, I want them to just do this screen. And then you could talk it like if you were doing a slide. Yes.
Carmen, I think I don't know if I understand what the question was, but when you turn on this Desmos and you invited your students by sending them the link, and they come in here and they see they see this very screen. Same thing you're seeing. Okay.
No, they'll see your screen, the link that you clicked on. This is only my screen. I'm showing it to you because you are the teacher and that's what you're going to be looking at. I wouldn't show them this.
Okay, so they're looking at something different. They're looking,
okay, let me show you my student view. If I'm looking at a student, this is what they're looking at. Okay, one happy thought, they're typing it up. Oh, next, okay, they're doing this. They can only see that screen. The student view for them is just this right here.
Okay.
That's all they're looking at.
Can you
And
see
I
how-
always start with this type of activity to make them comfortable with Desmos before I throw a bunch of math in there. I just throw them like basic stuff like, oh, okay, what do you like? What do you do?
Okay.
And also, oh, someone need the link? Let me go ahead and give you the link again. Also, like in a lot of the things that we did, activities that we were working on, let me go back to my teacher view. I wrote some extra stuff so you can kind of see it. Let's see. You could see you can see what the students are writing. You can see a summary. So everything here, you could kind of see what the students are doing and where they're at. You can pause it, like I can press pause. You can no longer work on it. Okay, listen up, guys. Let's look at number 5. Like you can pause it if you want them to stop looking at that and do something else. So you have total control of this. And, this is one of the reasons that I do enjoy Desmos is because it does give you a chance to kind of, keep up with your students, see what you're doing. If you look at it, I can go and click on this little box and I could give them feedback. And it could say something like, oh, can you check your answer? You missed a negative. Or how did you come up with this answer? Can you show more work? So it gives them that automatic feedback also. So a lot of these things we're going to go over anyway again, but just wanted to give you like a brief idea of what to do with it. Any questions so far? I know I do talk a lot. I'm probably too fast.
I had 2 questions.
Yes.
First one is, can you undo the anonymize? And the second is, can you see students as they're typing it in or only after they've typed it in?
Oh, no, you can see it as they're typing in. Let me go to number 2. Right now, I don't think it might be like a few seconds later, but you can see it. You can see as they're typing it. And sometimes if you cannot, you can also refresh it. You'll be able to see what they're on, if they're actually on it or not, and if they're typing something up or not.
Yeah, what's the button for that?
Just go to the question and then you'll kind of see it happening as it's happening. See, like, Teresa just did the picture right there. I see
Just
that
go
it
to
popped
the-
out a few seconds ago, so I know she did it like barely now.
Just go to the slide and click on it.
Yeah, you can click on it. Sometimes what I do, I just click on the whole student for that section and it'll let me see as it's popping up and they're doing it. It's kind of easier to see also when they're actually doing work. So see how Gabriel just wrote something and he did some squiggles. It just jumps at you. Like you could just jump on it. See, like Gabriel just erased something. I saw that. You know, Michael is doing a little stick figure. I can see that. And sometimes the students just want to draw you a happy face as they're working because they're like, okay, I get this. And they'll draw you a happy face. One of my students uses one of the things to do her work. And on other screens, she's like, okay, every time I do an assignment, I'm gonna draw you a picture. And then she'll draw me a picture. And then that's our little connection. So overall, this is Desmos. I really enjoy it. My students enjoy it. The one thing that I like really about Desmos, especially doing it in TCMS, was the fact that it's like having your book in your desktop and having access for students to actually, you know, have their book there. And as a teacher, we provided answers within, so you can actually go to the teacher one and it'll give you the answers. Like you have your answers from the book there, so you can see what they're looking at. You can see if it's wrong. You can see if you need to help them. It gives you like little hints. Like, oh, you know what? They're going to struggle with this, or this is what the answer is. What did they get? Oh, can you go over the answer? So you do not have to worry about the programming. It has been done for you. If you want to program, you can do it, but it takes a long time. It took us a long time. Yes, Anna, have a question?
Yeah, so you would have, so you're saying you're going over the answers. Would it be possible that like you log in as a student and then as you do it, you know, if they have a question about that, you know, you show the answer that you had? Is that, or when you're saying, talking about the answers, how would you do that like real time?
If I talk about the answers, let's say that, okay, again, I'm sharing my screen. Let's say everyone was having a hard time with number 9. So what I would do, I would say, okay, I would just go, well, number 9 was just like the poll. So let me go to a different one. Let's say number 7, I would just say, okay, I will go to, oh, okay, let's look at this one. Well, you know, Anna wrote da 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 da, and the reason that she picked it was because she thinks it's like, I would highlight a student's answer.
Now, Otilia, it's not showing up on my screen, student screen I opened up. Do you have to do something to let the kids see what you're doing?
Maybe you're on a
Extra
different screen. Make sure that you're on the student screen, because I know right now it's confusing because you have different things opened up.
No,
Like-
I clicked on the link you gave me before. It was keeping up with what you were doing on your share screen.
So it's probably in the background
that.
somewhere.
I'm still at name one happy thought about the last school year.
Oh, okay. Oh, you can move the slides. You can move it, click on it and go to something else.
Oh, click on the next slide. Okay.
Yeah, the students are able to click forward or click backwards. Yes, but I'm just showing you my teacher view, but the students are able to go back and forth. Ms. Maylene will show you, like, if you want to just have students work on these 2 slides and that's all they want you to see, then that's all they can see. Like, you control what they see.
Now, Carmen, I'm anxious to find out what I have to do to import those, you know, Kate's, you know, Desmos from Schoology into my teacher account and actually use it. So I need those
Okay.
steps, okay?
All
As
right,
of
let
now,
me
I don't know what the hell to do if my class opened up tomorrow.
Okay, so Maylene, were you gonna be doing that or you want me to do it?
I will be going over that part.
Okay, she's gonna go over that one. But
Thank
you know what? Yeah, you go to Schoology, you'll see that it's not, don't let this part give you anxiety. Honestly, it's gonna be like pretty straightforward. As with anything, at first you're like, okay, it seems like too much, then it becomes natural.
Yeah,
It really
I'd
does
like to
become
get
natural.
there.
And once you make a copy of it, then you'll be able to go to customs. And let me go ahead and go off of this.
I didn't see that. What happened?
Oh, she's gonna show you, so I'm not gonna do it. She's gonna do it. And if you have any questions, I'll be answering as she's working on it.
Thank you.
So if you have any questions for me, also, if you put the 3 dots on any student, you can kind of see if you know what they're doing, click on it. Okay.
What's the
So
3
do we have
dots
any
again?
questions with this part of it?
What was the
Yes,
three
Anna?
dots again? Sorry.
Oh, that's if you just want to hide a student. Maybe you don't want to show their work, or they're kind of empty and you
Oh, I
want to
see.
move it down, so it doesn't really matter what.
Could you show us the pacing if you wanted to like restrict the slides? Is that just clicking, pressing pacing?
Yes. So let me see. And Ms. Maylene will be going over this. So let's say I want to go ahead and do pacing, and I only want you to look through slides through 1 through 4. I will just restrict it. So you're no longer able, see how all these students have to jump out of it? They're no longer able to see any of the other slides. That's something that you will be able to do, especially when you have like a long one, like we do with some of these units are very long. You don't want to overwhelm them. They will be able to see that they have 60 slides, but also you'll be able to tell them, oh, you know what, we're just focusing on slide 1 through 10 today. And that, kind of remove some of the anxiety. Okay. Any questions? So what I wanted to do now, and again, you can stop being a student, is I'm going to show you just how to edit a little bit. If you don't let it confuse you. It's not something you have to do. It's just something that I want to kind of give you like a little heads up of how you would do it if you want to do something with it. So I'm gonna go to another activity that I have. It's called customs. I'm going to do this one myself, but if you want the link to practice later, you can have the link to practice. Let me see. So whenever you have an activity after you make a copy, let's say I wanted to make a copy of this. I press the link, I have a copy. I'm gonna press copy and edit because I want to make my own corrections. So I made this activity to kind of help you along and see if you could do certain things. And really, a lot of this, you don't have to do, only if you want to add a quick something. So let's say for slide number 1, I said, oh, add a note. In your note, right, I am amazing. So it's saying a note. So here are all the things you can do. You can write a note. You could put a text input, and that's what students will write in. Math input, if you want them to use like mathematical, like sine, cosine, or just like a, like something raised to something, just, math. If you want to do a multiple choice, you do not have to worry about any of this, really. You could just use the activity as is. So for me, that was the best part. Just use it like you want. But let's say you want to write a little note to them, you could, just a quick little note. If you want to add a note, all you do is press note, and then you can write whatever. And then if you look at the preview, it's there. If you,
sorry, it'll be for all students. That note that you're writing will be affected to all students then.
yes, but this is before, whatever changes you want to make have to be done before you assign it. After you assign it, you'll have the original.
Okay, and then the math input would be like the Desmos calculator, right? Everything that the Desmos calculator has, it's on the math input.
The math input, let me see if I have a math input here somewhere. The math input, it just kind of gives you like the math writing already there. So it kind of helps them if there's like specific equations they want to write. But you can pretty much use the text input or the math input. The text input does have that already. The actual activity already has those embedded in there, so you wouldn't have to worry about it. But it's just if you want to go ahead and add it there. If you want to move a slide, you can always just touch it and move it around. So there's different things that you can do. Let's say I do not want, I was looking through an activity, and you know what? I don't want screen 11. I'm just going to put an X on it, and it's just going to make it go away. Let's say you like the screen and you think that they should use it again. You'll click on the 3 dots and you could duplicate the screen. A lot of it is just playing around, but honestly, the activity is already done. So you could tell your students like, oh, you know what, skip 9. Or you could just tell the students, oh, we're just gonna look through 1 through 10. The activities are done, so they're already ready to go. You don't have to do any of the editing at all. If you wanna practice with editing, I could give you this activity for later. But really, you don't really have to add anything to it. It's already there for you. These are the different things that you can do with it if you want to add something to it. Okay, let me see. Any questions or anything, let me know. Just don't let this overwhelm you, because really, I found this like very helpful. And the fact that we get to have them all together and just give them all to the students is like, oh, wow, I don't need the book. The book is there as a Desmos. I don't need paper. The students can write on this. You know, I'm able to see what they're doing. So they're going to do it because I know you're looking at them. So it's just like a great opportunity for you to have everything just on your computer, whether you're in the classroom or not. It's there.
Carmen?
And then the students don't even have to send it to you. Like it's already there as soon as they do it. Yes.
Yes, quickly, can you tell me again how to take the link and share it with the students?
Sure. Let me go.
We go into a
Whenever you're
section-
lost, go back to the D right there, the Desmos part. So if you want to give them a link, let's say you're going to go to customs. And let's say I want to go ahead and start this task. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. I'm going to press assign. And then I click on the class that I want to assign it to. Let's give it to practice. And then once I assign it, then it's there. And all I have to do is click on the 3 dots, student link. And
Three
then I
dots
can
again.
view.
Can you show the 3 dots? Three
So
dots.
now you go to the 3 dots here, once you assign it. And then you see where it says student link. You're gonna go to copy. And that's what you share with them
Okay.
in the chat. And even if they just go to their account, their student Desmos account, it's already there for them. But they love it when you put it in the chat because it makes it like one less thing for them to do.
So classes you create are the file for the collection of materials you put in there. It's not the student roster, right?
No, but you can click on your student roster and see the activities that you have given them.
Oh, how is that together?
You don't have to worry about that right now, but if you just go here, and then if I go to my period 1, let's say, other
Oh, when you
activities are there.
invite them, that's your class.
Mhm.
This one doesn't have like Alex roster where they integrate Mises roster and this program.
No, so when you give the link,
it's
you'll
a
just
manual.
give them,
Yeah.
it just gives you access to it.
You just invite them. Okay.
They invite them and they'll be already there. And the good thing is that they have their LAUSD account. So you'll see their LAUSD email with their LAUSD name.
So,
Okay.
so the way to populate the class is really just to have them sign on the link.
Yeah.
And then make
Yeah,
sure
you
they all
just
sign
click on
on.
the link and then you're good.
So if you have a fun activity, they're going to do that automatically to do the fun activity, and then they don't realize, and then that sets up your class, right? And then you
Mhm.
can go and see who's not there and there or something like that. What happened if your student that drops out? How would you delete that name?
If what? Oh, if it drops.
out.
Let's say I have kids here. You can either, I think you go here in the 3 dots and you remove the
I see.
students. You
Okay.
go to your roster, you remove the students.
And then-
Even then you wouldn't really even have to drop them because when they're signing up, you'll just see their name all the way at the bottom, not highlighted.
Oh. Okay. And then the other thing too is that now where do we have access to all this?
So in Schoology, and when you look at your resources, they give us all the links for the Desmos activities. All you have to do is click on it, and then it will automatically, Maylene's gonna help you with that. It's gonna save into your Desmos account. And then from there, the magic begins. You just click it, assign it, click it, assign it, look through it, and give it to your students. They will be covering this later.
Thank you.
But the students enjoy it. They like the fact that they could just click on it and work on it. They like the fact that they don't even have to submit it. It does it for them. You know exactly where they left off. You know where they stop, if they even clicked on something else or not. So they do know where they're at, what they're doing. So you'll be aware of what they're doing, and because they know you know what they are doing, you will see that they'll actually be more active. For example, I can say, oh, Linda, you still need to do 2 through da 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 da. Or I can say like, oh, you know what, Melina's really stuck. Let me see what I can help her with. And honestly, it's telling me like, oh, Melinda just left the chat and she wasn't even, not, of course, not because we're teachers, but I know in my classroom, that will be the case. Well, I'll say, Al, I like how you clicked the link, but you didn't do any work. Do I need to call home? It just gives them that accountability. They're like, oh, she could see my name.
Hey,
Oh, she knows I'm not working.
Carmen, when are we gonna get into learn how to do all these? Great.
And now I can go ahead and walk it over to Maylene as well to make sure that you
Okay.
guys saw first this part. And then after that, I'm sure show you how to do it.
right.
Carmen, can I speak really quickly? We do have the second half dedicated to Maylin's
Okay.
presentation. I just want to let everybody know a few things. Basically, Unit 1 and Unit 2 of the TCMS textbook I look this way because I see your pictures over here. But we have made all the lessons that most of you are going over. We've made Desmos for them. So for example, your first investigation is all on Desmos. So it's made for you. You don't have to customize if you don't want to. And I made a short video in today's asynchronous work, 5 minutes only, that will tell you where to go get these things. And then Maylin is going to cover this as well. So all of the questions I've been watching, we have this covered today. We really thought this through. It's just that we have 2 sections. We have the piece that Carmen will go over and the piece that Maylin, but I promise you, so far, there's not one question that we haven't planned to answer. So if you just give us a little bit of time, you can type it in the chat. I will record all of the questions you put in the chat and answer them. If you didn't today, I will email you your answers. But I'm pretty sure so far there hasn't yet been one thing that you've asked that we have not already planned to tell you. So
like way's been going, we usually run out of time. So
yes, but this time we doubled it. This was made yesterday. We decided to double our time today. So now there's plenty of time. So Carmen, you can continue your section. And then anything that's relevant, go ahead and ask. But anything that seems like that's not really relevant for what she's talking about right now, just put it in the chat. And like I said, we're going to cover it because Maylin's doing it second.
And also don't worry about it if you're thinking that, you're going to get stuck and you're going to get confused. Like give me an email and then you and I can Zoom and I can be like, okay, this is what you do. This is how you copy it. So don't feel that, we're just going to leave you lost with it. And it's just a very good way to have everything all there for you. Can you delete a no class in Desmos? You can, if you want, you can delete it. Or you can also, kind of, I haven't deleted mine just in case I have students telling me like, oh, you know what, I didn't do this. I did this assignment. Or if there's anything, just to keep it probably like for another 6 months, just in case, because I do grade these and give them a grade for it. So I tend not to, but what you can do is make it inactive. So they're no longer able to log in.
Okay, Carmen, I don't know if it's possible. Can we get your email, as you said, so that maybe if we need help later on, because, right now it's new to us and we're trying to focus this. It's hard to do it on one screen, so we're trying it on 2 computers. So maybe you will help us later on. Thank you so much.
Yes, it's right there.
XG.
And don't let it overwhelm you, because honestly, like at first, when I first saw someone show me a Desmos, I was like, oh, this seems hard. But after a while, I'm like, you know what? It's not that bad. It just looks hard at first because it's new.
I'm leaving.
Anyone else have any questions? On Desmos lessons.
I had a question, so just looking at the lessons on the Schoology group, is it best to, I guess maybe Mei-Ling will be covering this. Is it best to copy, how you can go to the edit and copy that link to your classroom? Or is, oh, no, I guess you wouldn't want to do that because then they were getting the teacher link, right? You don't
give them, the link that they're going to give you is the teacher link. So that's not the one you want to give them. That's why Mei-Ling will be showing you how to make a copy of it.
Right.
And the good thing about making a copy is that you're not messing with the original. So let's say you did something like you deleted something you shouldn't have, or maybe like you switch stuff around and you're not sure, or maybe next semester you decided that, yeah, you do want that piece of information. You can always go back to the original. The original is there. And the copy that you made, that's the one that you changed, but you still have the original to play around with. So there's nothing you can really do to it that can mess it up because, the original, it's there in the file.
So it makes you to make a copy like the Google Doc?
Yes, and it's going to tell you to make a copy.
Okay.
Whenever it's telling you to like, to do anything with it, it always says, make sure you do a copy first.
Super.
Because they don't want you to keep it.
I see some similarities between what is it called? Nearpad and everything on it. They have little similarities. So I don't think it will be that difficult once we get the assignment in.
Well, Alan, I don't know how to use Nearpod either, man. I need all the lessons today.
Yeah, honestly, I found this a little bit better than Nearpod because I have used Nearpod. And for this one, it's just students tend to like this better because I asked them, should we do this? Should we do that? Oh, no, let's do a Desmos. And that's the reason I started getting more into Desmos because they actually like it. Also, sometimes with my other classes, I do quick little practices like solve for this. And then they'll do it within the Desmos and there'll be like a test, like a 5-problem test. So there are little different things that you can do with it. It is really math friendly. And it's also friendly for other people. Like I have given Desmos to even English teachers, because you can just ask them straight out questions and have them type in answers. Okay. So even at the end of the year, I gave them like a reflection piece where they have to like answer questions. There's like different little things that you can do with it. Do we have any other questions? Because my portion is just like the pretty much like, you know, any questions like the just what you're looking at, what type of things that how to manage the class, any of those type of questions. Okay, let me go back to since I do have more time.
One person is asking, can you install Desmos into Schoology?
You know what I've done now, and I wasn't doing this at first, and it's you know how when you're doing an activity, let me show you. Let's say I'm doing this right here, and I have a classroom, right? Student link, you know how I copy it? What I do is when I go to Schoology, you know how they have you write the assignment? I put the link there. So like if a student wasn't there, they know, oh, on this day we worked on this link. So they have access, and all they do, they click it. But it doesn't go directly there. You have to look at it yourself and grade it.
That
But
sounds smart. So you just copy it into the assignment block and the student can click on it and go to the assignment.
Yeah, so if they weren't there, you could just go to the assignment thing, click it,
Yeah.
and they know, okay, this is what we did.
Yeah.
Armand, but I
Yes.
think the question was, can you install the app in Schoology?
Oh, can you install it? I haven't done that. I don't know if you can. I don't think you can. But when you give them the link, it's like there already.
Yeah.
So it's pretty straightforward. No, you can install the link there. So overall, you know, the students do enjoy it. They do like to do the work. They try to answer questions. Let's see. Let me look at one of my classes. Let me look at period.
To allow you to graph?
It does allow you to graph. So I did give the investigation to some of my students for this one, like the beginning of it. You can kind of see like their work and what they did with it. They do like to write answers. They are able to graph. It's one of the activities that you'll have yourself. And you are able to see like the graph portion, what they wrote as the equation. And if you ever want to look at just a particular student, you just click on it and then just browse through their whole little link.
Is the dotted line the correct answer?
No, they just did it as a broken line. But you know, with teacher moves, you will have the answer there. We did write the answers there. When you're checking and you go to teacher moves, the answer will be there.
One question again, please.
Yes.
Once you create a class, how do you, the students have to sign into, or you can just write their name to create the roster? What do you do?
Once they're in the class, you're in the class. So once you don't have to create a roster. When they press on the link,
just create the class, have them sign into that class.
Yeah, they'll already be assigned to the class.
Okay.
So once they click on the link, they're always going to be in your class unless you remove them.
Okay.
And that's why you should separate them by period and make sure that when you're assigning something and you give them a copy of the link,
Yes.
that you're giving them the copy of the link for the right period. Because I've done it where
yes.
by
yes.
mistake, I give them a different period and now they're like double roster and I'm like, oh, let me move them. So just make sure it's the right period because that's happened to me. It's frustrating.
You could move them from class to class if they sign up for the wrong class. I mean, like for a
You're just
mistake.
gonna have to like remove them and just give them the right link. So overall, you know, you could just see like the students, what they wrote, their understanding. You can see like, oh, this person didn't get it, this person did. So all of this is what we have access to. This is the Unit 2 Lesson 1 investigation. They are able to graph. And then within each, they also have a calculator on the top. So if I was a student, let me go to student. This is my student view. And if I need a calculator, all I do is click it here. And then I can use a scientific calculator. So you don't even have to have them have a separate calculator or let me use my phone, I'm calculating something. No, use a calculator on Desmos. So they do have access to everything there. Also looking at student view, you're just able to, you know, they're able to do like a lot of different things. And then the students actually get excited and they will want help. And sometimes they'll tell me like, oh, can you please check my slide 7? I think I don't know if I got it right. Like they'll start, you know, just asking for help because you know you're looking at it. Oh, can you look at screen number 10? So they're very specific, and then you could just say, oh, okay, so-and-so wants me to look at their screen 10. So you look at 10 and you're like, oh, okay, they wanted me to look at, and it's gonna be under the teacher view. Okay, you know, Haiti wanted me to look at it. Okay, she wrote this. Oh, you know what? Yeah, yes, you're right. Or can you give me a little bit more information on this part? So you're able to interact in real time, and they really love it. They really do enjoy it. They did give me positive feedback. I did it more second semester than I did first semester, because now we have more access to more units. So before, you know, we didn't have every unit to do it with, and now you do. And again, this is a tool. You don't have to use it, but honestly, like, why wouldn't you want to? It's just like, it's like the book is there. We make sure that the answers are there. Whatever you don't want to use, you can just tell them like, okay, you don't need to worry about this part. It's just like all there, and it's like, the students enjoy the fact that they don't have an excuse like, oh, I don't have my book. It's there. And you can always add extra slides if you feel that, you know what, they really needed more help on this. All you do is, let's see.
Are you saying because everything's there for them, they don't need the book?
Yeah, the book is not needed because all the questions are there.
Okay,
And
I got
whether
it.
it's either in the and the answers are there for you too.
Thank you. Nice job.
Thank you. So let's say that we're doing an activity. Let me do one because I want to ask about adding stuff. So let's say I have my practice with Desmos. And again, this is just a random activity that I did, and I want to edit my activity. And I feel they really need a slide between 2 and 3 because I didn't get a concept. So I'm just going to put plus.
You're not sharing your screen right now.
Thank you. And that happens to me in the classroom too. You have to tell me something.
Me too.
I get too excited and I'm like, let me know if I'm not sharing, guys. So let's say I have this assignment, and then I'm gonna go ahead and click on it. Let me remove this. Let's say that you know what? They really need something extra between 2 and 3 because they didn't quite get this. So I'll go ahead and put it between 2 and 3, and I can decide like, oh, let me write some more notes, or maybe they need more practice, or maybe this picture that I found online will help. You can go ahead and add whatever information that you want, or maybe you want to tell them, you know, don't give up, keep on trying.
But that's before you assign it though. You can't do it.
Before you assign it, yes. So you can know like from previous if you've done it, or maybe that one class in the beginning didn't get that part. So you want to change it before it gets to the next class. Like that works for me because I have, this year I'm gonna have 5 TCMS classes. Last year I had 2. So sometimes if I found they struggled on something period 1, I would change it a little bit for period 2, so they wouldn't have that same struggle.
Now, Carmen.
And I assign it to them.
This screen you're showing right now,
Mhm.
where is this? Is this like the teacher dashboard? This is
What I did, I went to one of my activities that you wouldn't have. Let's say I was just showing you like a regular one. Like if I go to customs, when you will have these activities, all these activities, when you see Ms. Maylene, she's gonna show you how to put them there.
okay.
And then it's basically you just, you know, go in here, and when you edit your activity, if you want to edit anything, you don't have to, you could just publish and it'll be there. But everything is there, outline and everything. You know, just give it a try.
It's not the same screen as you give the instructions to the kids, right? You are in there.
This is your screen. If you want to see what the kids are seeing, see how I clicked on.
As you're on this, kids have their own view?
Yes. When I give them the link, they're seeing only this part.
Oh, so this is the page you would use for your instruction.
This is a page that I will use if I want to make any changes. For my instruction, when I assign it, it just gives me, let's see. Let's say if I go to customs, I have an activity. Oh, I didn't assign this one, hold on. So if I'm doing an activity, I'm trying to look for something that I actually assigned, hold on. Let's say I'm doing this. I would just go to view dashboard, and this is the screen that I'm seeing. I'll go to teacher view, and then I can see what they're seeing, like their answers and everything.
Teacher view, and screen before that was snapshot, or what was it?
No, let me show you. So you go to your activity. Once you assign it,
yeah.
Once you assign it, you go to view dashboard, when you go to view dashboard, you're able to see this, right? It lets me know who's on what.
Mhm.
But if I want to see student answers, I'm gonna use my teacher view.
Mhm.
And then I just click on whatever screen I want to look at and see their answers.
Okay.
And then that's just my teacher view. Once they're done, I can tell them, okay, you can either log off of it or just kind of, it does it automatically. It's already there. Nothing gets erased. Yes, Anna, you have a question?
Yeah, so on one of the slides, the calculator option was there. So my question is that something you need to turn off? You need to turn on, or can we turn it off if we, maybe it's a test and we don't want the kids to have a calculator available? Is that something we can turn on and off, or is it an automatic feature on each slide that you create if
Okay.
you want to add stuff to?
All
to
right,
it?
so let me show you. I have a custom, let me look at it. So when that's something that you can do, it's up to you. When you go to edit and you click on the title, you can either enable it or disable it. So it's up to you. We decided to enable them just so you wouldn't have to each and every time. But if it's a test, you will go to it and you'll just disable it. And they
And
no
that would
longer
be
have
for
access to it, and then you'll save that option.
That would be for the entire activity. It wouldn't be
For the entire
each
activity, yes,
slide.
you can do it individually.
Okay, thank you.
Unless you want to like disable it for everything, and then you add your own calculator within that one problem only.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mary, did you have a question?
Yes, I do. Will you be able to share with us the Desmos lessons that you have created with Maylene?
Yes, those are all in the resources. I think that, and there's so many of them. We're so excited. I'm telling you, we're excited. We're all
I saw
excited.
them M&Ms and I'm like, oh my gosh, that makes it so easy for us to do that.
And the thing is with the M&Ms, it was kind of difficult at first because it's a chart, right? But you don't have to deal with the programming. The programming made it so if you wrote something on slide number 2, it was programmed. So on slide number 3, when you're doing the second row, your one row is already there. So it was able to transfer over the information, and you don't even have to deal with the programming. It's there. So the students don't have to go back and forth between screens. It transferred it over to the next one, so they could do it step by step and look at their information. So it's going to be like, we're excited. It's going to be nice for you to work with.
And then the second question that I have is, there's a view where all the students can see what their classmates have written down. And then there's also a view where you have to go ahead and go to dashboard for you to see what everybody has written down. Where in the edit, that screen that you're showing us right now, will allow the students to see what their classmates have written down?
Okay. So this is only for the teacher. So I'll share it sometimes if the students want to. If there's a specific question, like let's say for problem 2, I really want them to see what they wrote. I'll just click on this, show students their classmates' response. So as soon as they give their response, they can see everyone else's responses as well.
Perfect, thank you.
Can you show again where is that short student there?
Okay, so whenever you have any of this activity, if you go to any of the questions and it's a text response, let's say problem number 2, and again, you're gonna have access to this, don't worry. See how it says test answer box? If you click on this, it says show student their classmates' response. That means, and if you save it and publish it, that means that the students, once they write their answer, they'll be able to see everyone else's answers as well. And I know it seems like a bit much, but trust me, once you get into it, it'll just become a little bit more natural, because at first I was intimidated by this. I was like, oh my goodness, look at all this stuff. But it really does help you with your classroom management and let students know that, you know what, they need to be on it. Because I actually called a few students, is so-and-so okay? We're doing an activity and they kind of logged in and I don't see any answers. Is everything fine? And and that helped, like, what do you mean my child is there? Well, they're not working. Because if not, how will we know that? Your cameras are off most of the time.
Carmen,
Yes.
are you okay? Do you still have 20 minutes? Because we doubled the time, everybody, like I told you earlier. So Carmen thought she was going to be speaking for half the time. Are you okay? Do you want me, Linda, come in show them right now how to get the resources off of Schoology or something? They give you a little
Oh, I
break?
think they're ready for the resources. I don't mind talking, guys. I could talk the whole day, but
Okay.
I know you're excited about those resources.
I'm just worried about you, that's all. Okay, so you want to keep going or did you want to?
I think they want the resources.
Okay, so let's go there, yeah. Let's
Do you
do
guys have any other questions, or do you want to go straight to the resources? Because I know with me, I'll be like, oh, where are the resources at?
Let's go.
And I hope you guys are excited as we are, because you know what? This is really going to be helpful. I thought it was really helpful.
Carmen, thank you so much. You help us a lot.
Yeah,
All right,
thanks,
thank
How
Carmen.
did you get to this screen? Is this where you edit?
When yeah, let me show you. So later on, as soon as Eileen shows you how to do the copies, when you go to customs, all your activities are there. So when you click on the 3 dots and you edit your activity, that's how you get to the screen if you want to change it. But if it's the other one, I forgot what screen we were looking at. If it's not something you're editing and it's just something that you're looking at with the students, it wouldn't be edit. It will be just a dashboard. So you don't have to worry about edit unless you're like changing something. But when you're assigning something, you're just going to go to dashboard, and then you look at what your students are looking at.
Thank you.
And don't worry, Ms. Maylene is gonna go through all this, and yeah, you're gonna have access to all this stuff.
Okay, so let's see, Carmen, go ahead, take them so I can grab all that good stuff then. We've got
Right.
time for that, so.
All right, so first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go to Schoology.
So everybody go to your Schoology account.
And let me go ahead and put it in the chat, because even if it's something that we're used to, I like leaving it for the students, so they're like,
I'm wondering what's the
there.
best way to do this. Should I use a separate computer as I'm following you, or minimize your screen? And if I minimize your screen, it's so small I can't see anything.
it's up to you. I usually have 2 screens, so I'm not even sure.
Yeah.
Just click on it, and if you're stuck, you can always, or what you can do is kind of look at it, and then I'll pause, give you a chance to do it, and then I'll pause again and give you a chance to do it.
You know, if you have a second computer, it's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it usually helps.
So we're in Schoology, yes.
We're in Schoology. Where?
Okay, so are you in Schoology?
Yes.
I would say Schoology, Schoology. I don't know. People say it all kinds of ways. So if I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. It's there.
You know what you're saying?
So we go to groups, and you know we have our TCMS group. So we can click on that, and let me know if I'm going too fast. So Schoology, all of our goodies are always in the TCMS group. And don't worry if you get lost, because I mean, it's gonna go over it anyway, but since I have time, I'm like, okay, let me show you. Usually it's in our resources. I haven't really looked to see if it's there, but it should be there. So we go to resources. So let me know if you're lost. So Schoology, we go to our TCMS group. Our stuff is always in resources. And we have stuff since 2018, but I always, you know, the new stuff, let's go to 2021, 2022.
And by the way, in tonight's asynchronous work, I've made a 5-minute video going over what Carmen's talking about right now and what Maylin's gonna repeat. Okay, so then you'll have it, just a 5-minute video showing how to get to all these resources.
Okay, so once we have this, I'm not sure where they're at, so hold on, give me a sec. Are they going to be within,
It's on the teachers, TCMS textbook, teachers only.
okay, so let me go back. So let's go to resources. So that's, okay, this one, the teacher student resources?
Yes, go there.
Okay, so I was clicking on the right one.
Yes, you were there. Just go to the textbook though, that one right there.
Okay, we're gonna go to the textbook. Let me know if you guys need me to, because sometimes I go too fast, so let me know if I'm going too fast. So then once we click here, all your activities are there.
Okay.
So let's go to Unit 1, Desmos activities. So if you were to click on the link, just kind of copy it and then paste it, and it'll be there. I don't think you'll do it for me because I already have it.
Yeah, no, okay, click on it. I think you can click it direct. So
Okay, click it directly.
And then there you are. Now
It'll be there. And if you want to make any changes, you'll just go to edit your activity. If you don't, you can keep it as is.
Will it make when I do click on the link? I thought we had to make a copy of it. When we click on the link, will make a copy for us?
I will make a copy. I can't remember if it makes you make a copy, but I think that's if you want to edit. If not, you could just leave it there and it'll be within your collection. You can probably either put a plus to add it to your collection, or see what I did. I made a collection for mine.
See, why don't you guys try it? So go in there.
Try it and let me know what you see, because I don't really know.
Click
Okay,
on
we're seeing
Oh,
what
okay.
she
It does make you make a copy first. So yeah, make
Yeah.
a copy.
If you haven't made a copy already, if it's the first time dealing with that file, when you click on the 3 dots, it'll give you 2 options: share activity or copy and edit. So you click
Yeah,
on
you should make a
and
copy
edit.
first. I always make a copy just
Can
to
you,
have it.
can you put your arrow over the 3 dots again, please?
So when you do this, you can
Oh,
put
okay.
copy and edit, just so you can have an extra copy. Have a copy of it, and it could be within your customs.
We should click on copy and edit first, right?
Yes, and now when you look at once you do that, you can publish it, or to have it in your you can publish to have it now in your customs.
It took me to this screen, then I click publish.
And it'll be now that'll be part of your customs. So if you were to go to customs, it'll be there.
So all we got to do is push on publish, and it'll be on our custom.
Yes.
And you can edit it now, or you can edit it after you send it to publication. Okay.
And you can do that with all these activities. Just click on it and, make a copy, publish, and now it's there in your customs, and you can give it to your students, and then, you have access to all this.
And just so we do have 13 minutes. So if you want to go ahead and get it done right now, feel free.
You could take this time and, look through all the different links and then add them to your folder.
Now, when you click on that drop down for assign, it says assign to your classes or a single session code. Which one are we going to use for our class?
You wouldn't want a single session. That's only if you want to give it to them for that particular time. I like to assign it to the class, because then they have access to it later.
Okay.
If they didn't finish or if they need more time. So it's always there.
I had a question. If they're uploading something, then I'm seeing it. What happens if they upload something inappropriate?
UBC.
With anything, you're just gonna have to address it. At least you have proof.
Okay, that's okay. But
Yeah,
but it's not necessarily seen by everybody then.
No, it's not. So if you don't want them to be seen, and the thing is, they know that their name's there, so they're not gonna do that.
Unless you're allowing it, right? There's a spot where you can click where you do allow them to see their other responses.
I guess you just unclick immediately if that's the case,
Yeah, and for the most part, they know their name's there, so they're not gonna do that. They were like, oh, she's gonna know exactly who did it.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna do that, because they know now you have proof. It's their name. They're the ones that did it, and you submit it.
And if somebody puts a name that's not like I don't know.
You can remove the
Power Ranger.
student.
Remove
Yeah, you
them,
can
okay.
remove. You can just delete them.
Okay.
But for the most part, with this, I did it with all my classes. Since they're signing in with Google, they're not gonna put anything else. It's gonna be their real name, and they're not gonna put anything inappropriate, because they know it's tied up to their name. And also they want credit for it. So they know okay, why am I seeing this person, but this person's in my class and they're not there. So they know that you could go ahead and say who it is. And if you're going to make any edits, just make sure that you make the edits before you give them the link. After you give them the link, it's whatever version you gave them.
And there's no way to download them all at once. You have to we can do this one lesson at a time, though.
Yes, just one lesson at it. Yes.
Though we can click the plus sign too to get it to add it to our collections, I think too.
Yes, because I did make a collection to call it TCMS, since I'm doing this similar stuff with Algebra 1, and so that way you can have it all together.
One should do that. One should save it before one does that.
So what you can do, if you press the plus, let's say I want this one in my collection, you could put add new collection, and you can call it TCMS. I already have a collection, so I'll just click on it, and now it's there, and I'll show this on there.
Okay, and if one does that, does one need to copy and edit, or can one just do that?
You should just copy and edit, just so you can have an extra copy.
Okay.
Or if you add it to the collection, it should be fine. You wouldn't really have to copy and edit. It'll be there saved.
Once we got it into the custom activities, if we want to assign that activity, how do we do that?
Okay, so now that you have it in customs, you can go to custom. Your activity should be there. You click the 3 dots, and not the 3 dots. You can just click on the actual activity, and then you press assign. So customs, you click on the activity,
Yes, yes.
And then you just assign it and then your classes will be there.
Wow, good. Thank you. They're
You're
signed
welcome.
and it will ask.
And then once you assign it, you view dashboard and you can see what they're doing. You can see what they're not doing. You can see what they're stuck on. You have your teacher view. So you're actually like, I'm telling you now that we're like, that all of us have computers, it lets you see that even if you're sitting down and you're looking at their stuff, you know that they're working on it because you're seeing exactly what they're doing.
And how do you go back to dashboard?
Kind of, hold on, let me look at one of my activities let's look at this one.
So let's say you assign that activity. Can you assign it and then show me how you go to dashboard, please? Yes, assign.
Let me go to customs. Let me see one that was already assigned. Let's see, sorry. So once I do that, let's say I give this activity to all my classes.
Yes.
I go to view dashboard.
Oh, okay. So there's going to be view dashboard next to it.
So it lets you know who was logged in, a dot if they did it. If you go to teacher summary, it gives you what they said for every single slide. This is an activity that I did with my students at the end of the year. I tell them to, give time for a shout out, give a shout out to whoever supported you this semester. And, they just give props to their family, to their teachers, their different little things. So even like a little fun activity at the end that I did with them. So it was just, you're able to see other things. And this was nice because I enjoyed, hearing them. Pick a song that helps them describe the school year and they pick different songs. So, so it's just like, it could be like little fun activities. It doesn't have to be all the time, just math. The answer key when you're, it'll be right there in your teacher notes.
Say that again.
Someone asked about the answer key. So let's say we have, let me look at customs again. If we have this, it's right here. Whenever you see the teacher moves, it gives you like little information that you might need. It gives you, we try to put all the answers there so you wouldn't have to look at your book. Like on page 3, number 1, oh, this answer should be, 9/20, or, it gives you the answer. So that way,
one more time, can you get there again, please? How did you?
Okay,
so let's say you assign activity number 1. Okay, now you want to check the answer.
So if you're here,
yes.
This one's not in I haven't assigned this one, so you won't be able to, if you go to edit. Also, as you're working on it, you'll be able to see it. See how it has teacher tips? All your teacher tips are full of answers. If you see it green, it has answers. When you assign it, you will have access to this also, so you wouldn't have to be in edit to see the answers. They'll be under teacher moves.
I see student supports. What does that mean? So that if you put that in, the students can click on it?
Student supports, I did that with the activity that we did, but you weren't able to see it. I don't know if you saw it. It'll be simple things like you could put like a sentence starters or recall what we did on the last slide. It could be like, oh, don't forget to, 2 numbers after the decimal. Anything that you want to remind them of that you think is important. So they could be like, oh, you know what? I'm stuck. Let me see if she gave us a hint. Or let me see if he wrote a little bit extra. Or maybe, a student has a difficult time, expressing themselves. Give them a sentence starter. So they know like, oh, okay, if I do the sentence starter, then I could go ahead and have it flow better.
And when you put the things in, the plots and put it in your custom, so that means that lesson goes into my custom,
yes, it's your custom now, is yours to keep.
Okay, thank you.
And once you make a copy, let's say if I deleted it by accident, you still have it because you made a copy of it. So, it's yours now. They're not able to remove it from you. Even if the original person kind of, deleted it. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. So I don't know if you guys have any questions or anything. I hope that, it doesn't seem overwhelming. It's really like, I was very pleased that, they even gave us a chance to do these Desmos because I'm like, oh my goodness, this is like planning for my